Just hit the record button here. I am joined by...
Raphael Gaanan, minus 60 kilos, and from Quebec.
Well, nice to meet you. I've saw you fight yesterday, and I saw you fight today. Yesterday you won the silver. Today you won the gold.
Yes.
Lead us through your overall experience here at the Open Canadian Nationals.
It's definitely a great experience for me, especially to be able to bounce back from yesterday's results. And it was awesome to see some old friends too, as I made the recent switch from BC to Quebec. It's nice to see some of my BC friends again. But overall, definitely one of the better competitions this year for me. Lots of lessons learned and many experiences for future.
Fascinating. I'm curious to know about the lessons learned. Pardon me. Can you tell me a few lessons you've learned from this tournament?
I think the main thing is how much you can change mentally between from overnight. I think yesterday night it was quite hard for me to bounce back from that loss in the finals, but I'm really thankful that I've had access to a sports psychologist here with Team Judo. I've had a long talk with her right after that loss in the final yesterday, and I was able to recuperate thanks to her. Her name is Madison Fraser, and use those mental strategies and techniques moving forward for this gold today.
So for those who haven't seen the match, it's all available on judocanada.tv, and you'll notice today on day 4 you came out like you were going for gold right from the get-go. We noticed that over there on the commentary booth. We had some technical difficulties, so if you do watch the video, there's no commentary on it, but one of the things we were talking about, emphasizing, was how aggressive you were right from the get-go. You were not the same person as you were 24 hours ago. May I ask, if I can poke at this subject, what was your mindset going into the gold medal match yesterday? What was going on? The finals, match.
I think the main thing was I told myself not much can change physically from 24 hours. It was really a mental game for me, and I've fought this man multiple times. We've beat each other back and forth, and I think that loss from yesterday just really wanted me to push it for this, and I knew I wanted it as much as him, but I knew I was ready to push that extra step into doing that.
So after the match yesterday, you spoke to your sports psychologist, right?
Yes.
That's fascinating that you reached out and you sought advice. I realize that's personal. I don't want to dive too much into it, but clearly this stuff is working. You know, the refocusing the mindset, because you won gold. You beat a very tough Victor Disro, who had beaten you yesterday. Now the thing is, he's a training partner of yours, right? What's it like for a lot of you? You're competing because you're all at the National Training Center. You're competing against folks that you train literally day in, day out, every day. What's that like?
Honestly, I'm really thankful for these type of rivalries. Like, as you know, like there's Mariama and Abe. Like those type of people are...
Are you comparing yourself?
No. But those people, like, they have a reason to push themselves to be at the top of the country. I'm really thankful that Victor, he's a great judoka, and I'm able to compare myself and try and push myself to be better than this adversary. And I'm really thankful that there's people like him and other strong 60 kilos in Canada, because that's how we're just going to push each other in this sport.
Very interesting. You said from the top that you had moved. You relocated from BC to Quebec, you see. And I'm curious to know, like, what's that move like for someone who's literally on the Pacific Ocean? You know, where obviously BC's on the Pacific. You moved all the way east to Quebec for judo. Why would you do that?
Well, one of my main goals is, obviously, like a lot of these judo athletes here, is to pursue that Olympic dream. And I knew with being able to have lots of resources here, I could get one step closer. And for sure, it's definitely been helping me out. The people here are amazing, and I've gained a lot of independence moving away from my family, learning how to make home-cooked meals myself now, and just being able to train every day and doing this sport that I love and really passionate. I'm really just grateful for that opportunity and for my family to let me be doing this at such a young age, and it's awesome.
You guys, you can't see it because this is audio format, but he's smiling, and it's a genuine smile. This man is happy. He's pursuing what he wants to be doing, and it's always cool to see that. You know, it's cool to see people pursuing their goals and their dreams. A few more questions for you. I know we're going a bit over the time. Tell us how old you are, and living in Montreal, training in Montreal. Paint a picture of how much effort and dedication, what the training is like. Like, what's the frequency of training? How many times a day do you guys train? Paint that picture for us.
Yeah, so I moved to Montreal when I was 17. Literally the day after I graduated high school, I moved straight here. Found a nice place. Really grateful for that. And the training frequency, we usually do 2 times a day, technical or gym in the mornings, and then randori nights, and usually five times a day, or 5 times a week, sorry. And at first, when I made the switch, it was really overwhelming because in BC, we weren't training this much, and it was a lot on me mentally. But then I looked at it in a positive perspective to be able to do this twice a day, and learning how to rest between that and how to use all this frequency to my advantage has extremely helped me on the second half of my move here. So yeah.
What's some of the advice? Just a few more questions. What's some of the advice you've been getting from your coaches at the National Training Center, and even your home dojo back in BC? And which dojo is it in BC?
Peak Judo Club back in BC. Yes.
Tell us a bit more about that club, because they certainly rose to the peak of the competition this weekend. It was incredible. Tell us a little bit about that dojo. For those who may not know, those who are listening to this obviously will know, but let's assume people don't.
No, I like to think Peak as my family. It's more than just a judo club back there. It's just everyone knows each other, and we all love and support each other like that. I remember when my friend Loan Labrie won his final, there was 4 of us crying for him, and it's not an individual sport. We're all there to support each other, and I think that's what makes the difference from Peak to the other clubs, is that we're here as a family, and that's how we grow together. And it's really happy to see that my brothers, since we were little, have been taking this senior national title.
Wow, you guys have been training that long, since you were little kids, more or less.
Yes.
Last question for you. Where do you see yourself going? I mean, you've won medals this weekend. Where do you see yourself going down the road? What's your judo journey? What are you envisioning? I know you said the Olympics, but let's dive deeper into that.
Yeah. So for me personally, I like to take it one day at a time, and to make sure I'm just even less than 1% better than I was yesterday, to take in any advice from any resources I can get to help achieve that goal. I know Olympics is far ways ahead and anything can happen, but I'd like to try and maximize my years as a junior, work on my junior developments for senior, which is the one that matters the most, and just one step at a time for sure, and make sure it's always improving.
Got a favor to ask you. We're 8 minutes into this interview. If anyone is listening to this long, maybe they really care and they want to hear what you have to say. So what advice would you have to share for anyone who's 15 or much younger? These kids who are training the sport and who want to be where you are now. What do you tell them? That's your last question, by the way.
I think the number one thing is to use the people around you, and to be always able to be open to learn. I'm always trying to reach out to everybody I possibly can, and don't ever think of it as annoying, but always ask as many questions as you can, and you're never alone in this journey. A lot of people think judo is just a one-man that goes on the tatami, but you have sports psychologists, you have coaches, you have your family and your friends, even your adversaries to help you out in this journey. And don't go through it alone.
Excellent advice. Use the resources, and I want to wish you all the best on future competitions. And thanks for this exclusive audio interview.
Thank you so much.